Dragon Ball Super Chapter 89 is here, and it continues to follow the superhero life that both Goten and Trunks have been leading as of late. For those who have read the chapter, tell me what your thoughts are on it down in the comments below, but with that, let's jump straight into it. When we open up to the first page, we see that Trunks is trying his best to crack open the information hidden within the disc that he got in the last chapter. Unfortunately for him, it seems as if his computer isn't up to the task, and he tries his luck with his mother's computer instead. And after some tinkering, we finally get to see something that this disc had on it. And from the looks of it, it's the original Cell's blueprints. Seeing as this disc was marked Dr. Gero, I'm saying that this is the case. Anyways, the disc seemingly had some kind of malware on it and began to screw up Bulma's computer. Speaking of Bulma, this is where she catches this man Trunks freaking out and reveals to us that both Vegeta and Trunks have a habit of messing up technology. And within this page, we also get to see an older Bulla who takes after her mother when it comes to intelligence. After this, Bulma basically tells us, as well as Trunks, that she's enrolling Mai at Trunks' school in order to keep rumors from starting about a quote-unquote teenager working for and living with Bulma that isn't going to school. And Mai seems really relaxed for someone who's about to go through high school again, and that's a pretty evil place. But if she's okay with it, then I guess it's whatever. Trunks being Trunks obviously accepts it due to having a crush on her, and once they're at school, this is where we meet a new character named Beta. And from the get-go, we can tell that this guy isn't normal as he outplays Trunks in basketball, even after Trunks uses his abilities to try and get an edge against him. Also, I must say that these couple of scenes with Trunks playing basketball shows us that Trunks excels at the sport. Obviously he has powers, but hey, I think it's pretty interesting. Maybe he should become a basketball player instead of, focusing on computers. But yeah. Anyways, within the next few pages, this is where we see that Beta is indeed not what he seems and is revealed to be an android of the Beta series. The first one to be precise, and he's working for Dr. Hito in order to find out who infiltrated his sushi warehouse and made off with his disc. And after Trunks' stunt to impress Mai, they're already suspecting him. Luckily, before Beta gets the chance to expose Trunks as being a superpowered individual, Mai catches on to what he is and informs Trunks about it, letting him know that he's an android and not a ghoul like Trunks thought. And for the next 3 to 4 pages, this man Beta becomes the equivalent of a Looney Tune villain by plotting on ways to expose Trunks, only for it to not work or completely backfire on him. And in this last scene here, he's literally going to drop planks of wood on both Trunks and Mai. Luckily for Trunks though, it seems that Goten has really taken after both Goku and Gohan in the Clueless department, as we see that Goten casually lifts the truck without thinking about it and then covers it up with a pretty weak lie. Anyways, once Beta sees this, his target changes to Goten and this man rips off his shirt like he's in a Superman comic and suits up. He then confronts Goten and rushes in attacking him. Goten does his best to dodge and block his attacks, trying not to fight where there are civilians, and all while Beta is accusing him of stealing the disc. While this is happening, Trunks hands his bag over to Mai and makes his escape to suit up, and just as Goten was about to take the fight seriously, this is where Trunks intervenes and catches one of Beta's punches. And over with Dr. Hito, who's been watching everything unfold with the use of Beta's built-in cameras, this is when Alpha 12 lets Dr. Hito and Beta know that this was the guy who infiltrated the sushi shop and took them out. Beta calls Trunks out on that, and Trunks gives his best superhero line, telling Beta that he won't stand by as he attacks students. Within this page, we also see Trunks hand Goten a transformation watch, and whilst Trunks was distracted, we see Beta close in and ram straight into Trunks. He'd still ask Trunks about the disc, but Trunks completely ignores him. Instead, he comments on Beta's strength, letting him know that although he may be stronger than the androids he fought earlier, he's still no match for him. And with that, Trunks launches Beta into the sky and hits him with a down cycle kick towards the football field, where their fight would continue. As this fight went on, we see that Mai feels as if she knows who X1 is, and we see Dr. Hito gushing over how cool Trunks' outfit looks. Okay, now this is where things start to get even wackier than they already were. We see Beta pull a page right out of Pilaf's playbook as we see him in his battle jacket android Beta 2. And after that, he immediately fires off a rocket that Trunks has to redirect towards the sea, seeing as it would have destroyed the school if he didn't. And once again, Dr. Hito is impressed by Trunks' heroism. When we get back to the fight, this is where we see Trunks beating the nuts and bolts off of this poor excuse of a suit, and due to the fight being too close to Mai, she falls over. I guess she was scared or trying to dodge or something, but yeah. Anyways, he drops Trunks' bag, and the disc that he took from Dr. Hito falls out. And Beta, as well as Dr. Hito, sees this. Beta would turn his attention towards Mai and get a hold of her. And when Trunks tries to stop him, I kid you not, Beta proceeds to fire missiles out of his behind. All sorts of goofy things in this fight, I'm not gonna lie. From the costumes to this robot to whatever this attack was. Anyways, Trunks saves the day by stopping these missiles from hitting any of the students that were watching the fight go down. And in this next page, Beta's suit detaches from its lower half, leaving the ass blaster to provide cover fire as he fled from the scene. And just when Beta was making his daring escape, Goten arrives suited up and knocks over the ass blaster with one good punch. Once Trunks was freed from protecting his classmates, he powered up into Super Saiyan and unveiled a new attack called Steam Cleaner, still sticking to the whole clean god business from the last chapter. Anyways, he destroys Beta 2, leaving Beta 1 and Mai falling towards the ground. Trunks flies over catching Mai, and she shows us that she still has a crush on future Trunks, as she thought about him after seeing Trunks' scarf. You know, going off of how old she actually is, even future Trunks would be too young for her, and that man is in his 30s. But enough with all that. Back over with Goten, we see him putting an end to Beta 2's better half, and once he's done, Goten and Trunks do their poses and take off. Also, I see what you did here, Toyotaro. Once Trunks shows back up, he plays off the fact that he was gone by acting clueless and asks Mai what he missed, and when she tells him that she thinks that Saiyaman X1 was impressive, Trunks was ready to throw everything away just to get her to like him. Luckily though, Goten stops him from doing that. We see that they have photos of Trunks, Goten, as well as Mai. And in the last couple of panels, we see that Dr. Hito, if I'm not mistaken, alludes to Gamma 1 and 2. I only say this because of the comment they made about Goten's cape, and in the movies we can see that the Gammas are adorned with capes. And with that, this puts an end to chapter 89. Now, thoughts on this chapter are, I think it's a lot goofier than the last one was. From the Looney Tune villain Beta and the shenanigans he tried to pull off, to the fight between him, Goten, and Trunks. This chapter was kind of funny, seeing as I didn't expect these random things to happen, and honestly, I thought they were going to try to make things a little more serious, but I guess not. When it comes to the whole Mai thing, me personally, I don't like it, but at this point it seems as if they're just going for it, so I guess I'ma just have to live with it. Also, I did mention in my last chapter review that they're probably going to go with the naming scheme Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Omega, and it seems as if that's the case. Now, I think that this next couple of chapters may lead straight into the events of the movies, seeing as Gammas 1 and 2 might be in production soon, or we might see something like Omega 1 pop up, being stronger than the Alpha series and the new Beta series, but only time will tell. With that, thank you to everyone that watched this video. I hope you have a good day. Peace, peace, deuce, deuce.